Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today we are filming a review of the new Buffbunny collection, the Naked Launch. This launch is a purely neutrals launch. It's very different from the last collection, which was hot pinks, neons, etc. But I have been all about the browns and just like very wearable neutral colors lately, so I am super excited about this. It's called the Naked collection. This whole launch is supposed to be about just loving yourself, your quote-unquote imperfections, things that we can embrace about our body. So I just love the whole message. And I just love the variety of colors that they picked. So if you want to go for something that's more of a nude to your skin tone, they have so many different options. Or if you are a lighter skin tone like me, you can go with one of the darker browns for a little contrast. Or if you have a darker skin tone, you can go with one of the lighter colors. And I just think that all of these colors look so good on everyone. So this collection is launching on Saturday, June 24th at 1 p.m. Central Time as usual. And as always, you can use code Kathryn for 10% off your order. And if you didn't already know, I always run a monthly giveaway where there are many ways to enter just by following me, things like that. But if you ever use my code for launches, any brand where I have a code, make sure to get your extra entries, and it's always in my website, which is linked below. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm a little out of practice filming. I was just in Japan on a little post-grad trip for 2 weeks. I did not vlog it because I just decided I am not a travel vlogger, and you know, maybe someday I'll be better at it, but I did a lot of Instagram stories and posts over there. So make sure to check that out if you are interested. But I had so much fun, but I'm honestly so glad to be back. I live in the desert and this is just where I belong. Like the humidity was honestly making me miserable over there. I couldn't do my hair. I just feel like I couldn't do the normal things that just make me feel like my best self. And I'm just so happy to be back and feeling good. I also got food poisoning on the flight back and that took me out for a good 3 days. I'm glad I made it through the whole trip without getting food poisoning. But I feel so bad because I was gonna get back and I had 1 day to film an Outfit review before the new Amplifies launched, and I literally couldn't even keep water down, so it just wasn't gonna happen. If you guys are ever missing reviews, I still did manage to get a little Instagram story review up, so always check out Instagram if you feel like you're missing stuff. Okay, anyways, let's get into the launch colors. So this is just about the easiest color comparisons I've ever had to do because basically all the Buffbunny browns that there have ever been are in this collection. So I did not get every single brown because some of the browns are like specific to certain like outerwear pieces that I didn't get, so we'll just cover what I did get, which are the majority of the browns. So there's white, almond milk, ivory, and I don't know if I got any of those. Yeah, I don't think so. But my favorite of the light colors, I am wearing it in the corset crop here. This was launched earlier this year, is Stardust. I just think it is such a beautiful off-white color. It's a very neutral off-white. It's not too green, it's not too orangey, and I just think it looks beautiful on like all skin tones. I am pale. This is me with a dark self-tan on, and it's looking pretty different. So even if you are the palest of the pale, which I am when I'm not self-tanned, this color just looks amazing. I guess let's just talk about the ones that I do have out here. So we have Journey Dark Brown, kind of a cooler toned, very dark brown. We have Mocha, which is also a cooler brown, but it's a lighter shade. We have Cocoa, which is a cooler, lighter brown. We have Brady Brown, which is definitely one of the warmer shades. And we have Mocha, which is also a little bit warmer leaning, but one of the like medium to darker shades. There are some other colors like Nutmeg, Hazelnut, and Black, of course. I did get some black pieces, but I don't need to show you that. But anyways, as usual, every piece that's launching, I will list what colors it comes in, and you will see some of these colors pop up. Next, we're moving on to squat tests. Sometimes I do squat test by color, but this launch I feel like there are a lot of different materials that I'm actually just going to be putting the squat test at the end of each item that has a squat test. So every legging short that is in a new color, I will do a squat test for that. All right, moving on to individual items, we are going to start out with leggings, and we're going to start out with the tried and true, the Legacy legging. These are an older color, obviously. Anything that I'm holding up that is not brown is from a previous launch, so I did not feel the need to get a new pair of Legacy leggings because I have so many, even though these are one of my all-time favorite Buffbunny leggings. They are true to size, but if you're in between, I would choose a size down. Super high rise, nice double thickness waistband. With Buffbunny leggings, if I don't mention it, there's no band at the top and no front seam. This beautiful tri-seam detail in the back, that's the signature of the Legacy legging. They're still a very neutral legging, but they just have a little bit of extra detail. They also have a little detail that goes down the side of the legs as well. They're made of the Newbury fabric, which is my all-time favorite Buffbunny fabric. It's a double brushed, super soft material. It does definitely collect pet fur, so personally I don't wear my darker colors in the house because the cats will get their fur on them. I wear them for working out, for lounge, for walks, Medium to high on the booty scale, very flattering on the glutes, and overall light to medium compression. And this is always my #1 Buff Bunny legging if you are just getting into Buff Bunny. Then we have the Rosa pocket leggings, another favorite Buff Bunny legging of mine. I actually probably wear these a little bit more than the legacy leggings, at least outside of the gym. These are like my go-to travel legging, walking legging, errands. That is, if I choose to wear leggings for those things. I'm usually more of a jogger's girly. Another ultra high rise legging, no top band, no front seam, also made of the Newbury fabric, but these are always a little bit more compressive feeling than the legacy leggings because they have those side pockets. So you have 2 spacious side pockets on either side to fit your phone or whatever else you need. Some seams that kind of contour around the glutes. It's just a subtle contour around the glutes. We'll show the next legging, which maybe they'll top the Rosa pocket leggings for me. I don't know. It's hard to beat the Rosa pocket leggings, but I'm excited about them. Medium to high booty scale, more of a medium compression on these, and they're just another classic Buff Bunny legging. And these ones are also true to size. Okay, next we have a new piece, which there are actually quite a few new items in this collection, which is really exciting. These are the contour pocket leggings. This is the Journey dark brown color. So my take on these is they're kind of like an upgraded Rosa pocket legging, just like a little more enhanced. So they are made of the Newbury fabric again. Here's a little up close of the Newbury fabric. It's soft and brushed. We have no top band. These ones have a little V dip down in the waist like the Rosa pocket leggings do, but they also have some seams that kind of come up and almost like give you a little bit of an hourglass figure. No front seam. We have a slightly extended crotch gusset here. We do still have side pockets. The side pockets are a little bit enhanced from the Rosa pocket leggings. They actually have like a little elastic at the top of the pocket to make sure it lies really flat. So here is the top of the Rosa pocket. It kind of flares out a little bit more. It just has a seam at the top, but the new contour pocket leggings, it actually has a little elastic at the top that is supposed to make it sit a little flatter against your skin. Honestly, never had an issue with the Rosa pocket ones, but I feel like this one would just be a little bit more secure. Then we have some extra seams up at the top here and some more dramatic V seam detail in the back to enhance the glutes a little bit more. So we will do a side-by-side comparison of these and the Rosa pocket leggings, but I believe they're also the same length, maybe a little bit different seam detailing down the side of the leg as well, but I'm excited to try these. Let's try them on. All right, here are the contour pocket leggings. First impressions is they're just like making me feel snatched. So obviously I love the material because it's Newbury, a classic. We do have a high rise, goes a little bit above the belly button here. I believe based on measurements, they're a little bit lower rise than Rosa pocket, but still they are definitely not a mid rise, so don't worry. We have the waistband that dips down a little bit in the front, a little extra lower tummy control. I also feel like sometimes in darker colors, the Newbury is just a little bit more compressive. So I'd say overall, definitely a solid medium compression on these. We have that little elasticized pocket situation here. The pocket seems narrower. It's definitely a little bit more of a snug fit than Rosa pocket, although the Rosa pocket does taper a little bit more. It's just barely fitting entirely in the pocket. If you have an iPhone Max, you might struggle to fit it in here. No front seam. The gusset seems to be sitting back in a place that's not really showing. And then the back, we have those curved glute seams, just a little bit more enhanced than Rosa pocket, which I like. I still think it's very subtle. It's not anything huge. I say you would definitely get some cellulite coverage in these darker colors. So this brown would definitely be really good. Booty scale, it's not quite high, so we're gonna give it a medium to high. The highs I generally reserve for like scrunch leggings. These are, I believe, probably a 26-inch inseam. We have that seam that splits all the way down the side and then kind of wraps around here. So a little extra seam detail going on. So look at that right here. So about a 7/8, almost right to the ankle for me. These definitely are collecting a little bit of pepper, so just keep that in mind. But I would say definitely like these, and if you love a pocket legging and you've had enough Rosa pockets, I would definitely give these a try. Oh, we also have that little contour seam detailing up here, which I feel like slims the waist a little bit, and it's in the back as well. I also want to apologize. I usually try to have more workout tests throughout the video where I get to try like as many of the pieces in the gym and share my thoughts. But because I was traveling and then had food poisoning, I'm still not really 100% there, and I'm not back at the gym yet. So just bear with me. If I do get a chance to work out in any of these, I will update you guys, but I am sorry. I'm trying to do my best. sometimes we can only do so much. All right, next we have a legging that I am very excited about. I hope this lives up to the hype, but these are the ribbed seamless leggings. So Buffbunny has done a couple seamless leggings and they're getting better. I feel like they didn't really used to do a lot of seamless. They kind of brought it back last year with the inline seamless. Those were pretty itchy, so I wasn't a big fan of them. Then they started coming out with the BBL seamless. I was a big fan of those. And they're always trying to like go kind of unique ways with the seamless, not just like your typical like Amplify style scrunch that everyone seems to be doing. Amplify's did it first. Anyways, these are the ribbed seamless legging and they do have a scrunch in the back. But first, let's just talk about them. So first of all, they're a 92% nylon, 8% spandex. They feel like a softer ribbed material. Sometimes I feel like ribbed materials are usually on the softer side, but definitely don't feel like they're going to be an itchy seamless. We have a waistband with 2-tiered compression. Feels like it's a little less compressive on the top one, so it doesn't like tighten you in so much where you like spill out the top, but the waistband is sewn on, so it's a little extra compressive. So here's the waistband, 2 tiers of compression, quite stretchy. And then we have the ribbed detailing. So it's basically ribbed everywhere except for the back. So the waistband has actually curved seams to enhance the glutes in the back. And then you do have a scrunch and there's no ribbing on the glutes, which will help not squish the glutes down at all. But then you get some ribbed detail down the leg, which will help with compression, maybe a little bit of cellulite coverage. Anyways, here is the scrunch. It attaches maybe a little bit below the waistband and just a little bit above the gusset. It is one of those kind of stiffer seam style scrunches, which work really well for flattering the glutes. Anyways, let's try these on and talk about them more. Okay, so we have the ribbed detailing that goes all the way down the front of the leggings. So they might just look like a basic ribbed legging from the front. Overall compression is about a light to medium. I do get a little bit more in the waist with that extra compressive waistband, but it has enough stretch at the top that it's not giving you that muffin top effect. So it's not quite as compressive as like the BBL seamless, but these are super stretchy, like lots of stretch. And they also have a soft seamless feel to them, which I feel like can be hard to find. So a super comfy seamless legging. The ribbing at the bottom ends around like mid calf. It's just like a more tight knit material down there. Then we go to the back and I love the V effect of the waistband up here. A lot of seamless leggings are just straight across. And then we have the scrunch. It doesn't quite feel as invasive as a lot of scrunches. And for that reason, I feel like it's not quite going up the glutes as much as maybe like an Amplify. It's still giving that scrunch effect though, but I'd really have to wear it for a workout to see if it goes up the glutes more or if it kind of falls down over time. But definitely still feel like I'm getting high on the booty scale, glute separation. I feel like it would have been nice to have the ribbed contour detailing right underneath the glutes here. The ribbed detailing kind of goes from the side straight down instead of down and around. So it's not really a glute contour. And then you get the rib detail in the thighs for a little cellulite coverage as well. And full length view. These have quite a bit of vertical stretch, so I'm able to get them to be basically a full length. So I'd say they're a little bit more tall girl friendly. And yeah, they're super comfy, super soft. I'll probably put this video out after this, but I recently filmed a review with the Stacci Talia contour leggings. And those give like very similar vibes to these. The material is very stretchy like this, but I feel like Buffbunny did a better job on the scrunch. And I definitely prefer the way these are fitting, so. Okay, next we have the ribbed booty pant. And I'm feeling mixed about these. I thought I was gonna be super excited about them, but I just don't know. The ribbed booty pant, they come in 2 inseams. They come in a regular and a short, which at first I was like offended because I was like, where's the long? But the short is 32 inches and the regular is 34. And 34 is generally like a taller inseam. So I feel like it's really more of a medium and a long. I requested the 34. I'm not really sure how long these are looking. Let's get out the measuring tape. Also, I would like everyone to know that this is the Naked collection. It is also the Pinto Bean collection because literally all of these colors match him. He's literally all of the colors in one. Okay, I am measuring a 34-inch inseam. When they listed the ribbed booty pant right after the ribbed seamless legging, I assumed it was going to be the same fabric, but it is definitely not the same fabric. So holding these up, they honestly feel a little bit cheaper and flimsier as opposed to like a nice like high quality Buffbunny fabric that I'm used to. So they're made of a 94% viscose, 6% spandex, and they're basically a super lightweight flowy ribbed material with a thick elastic in the waistband. So this is not going to be like a gym legging by any means. Just something feels off about these. You know, I might put them on and feel like they look super cute, but it definitely does feel like the fabric is going to snag. I actually already have like a couple snags and I haven't even worn them, so just be warned. I just don't really feel like this is a really long wearing piece. So these do have no front seam, which is impressive because usually pants like this do have a front seam. They're a long flare leg. It's giving like those 70s pants that I feel like they sold at like Forever 21 a lot, that had like those like little like funky patterns on them. Very similar to these. Those also were always making the booty look poppin'. So here's the fabric close up. It's just, it's very flimsy, which I feel like contributes to making it super flattering on the glutes, but it's also very, very thin, very sheer, so we will be squat testing these. Again, they're not gym leggings, but I will do a squat test for you guys. The waistband is just an elastic band, so again, it doesn't scream quality to me. And then we have this little coin logo here. And yeah, let's just try these on. These are just, they're not working. First of all, I don't understand how these are possibly a 34-inch inseam. I've never looked worse. Oh my God. This is not how I want it to look in these pants. I don't know how there's no front seam, but I'm getting like quite a bit of camel action on them. I don't know if we can really tell. Oh my gosh, that's why. Oh my gosh, I don't think there's a gusset on these. Okay, these confuse me so much because there's just like certain standards that we always get in Buffbunny clothes. Like we always get no front seam, we always get a gusset to avoid camel. We always get like a nice waistband with no cheap elastics inside. We get a flat lock seam. We have none of that in these pants. And the fabric catches like crazy, and I already have some loose strings. Let's just take a moment. First of all, we have thick elastic in the waistband. Not a fan because it kind of just like pinches you in and it's not very flattering. No flat lock seams. These are those internal seams that kind of like stick out like this. There's no gusset, which means the back seam is going from there literally to like here. I'm just eating it right up. So, and the fabric is just not it. Like I know in behind the designs, like Heidi really wanted like a booty pant like this, but I just feel like these weren't the ones. These really want to be more of a mid-rise. So, you know, just keep that in mind. Really more of a mid-rise. The crotch is uncomfortable. We have the little coin logo here that I'm just not really feeling it. They're so much shorter than I thought. And they're also like not quite, I feel like they should be more flared. Maybe it's because they're such a weird length on me. That's the issue. And they said to like kind of pull the seam up your glutes to make them more of like, you know, a booty pant, and they're definitely not squishing the glutes down. But I don't know if these really deserve like a high booty scale. Like I just don't know. When I pull them up the back like that, they just give the worst camel in the world. Okay, I mean, if we had to rate a few other things, they're not really gym leggings, but definitely a light compression. So they are ribbed, so they might have a little cellulite coverage, but they're still very thin, so I don't know how much I would expect. I really can't say I recommend these ones. I would have loved them to make like the ribbed leggings in a flare, like that would be cute. They definitely also have like a limit to their stretch. Like squatting there, like felt very tight. The last legging is the Queen Bee legging. And if you guys are OG Buffbunny girlies, you will know that these are not a new legging. They launched like 4 years ago. I remember they were part of one of the collections when I first started working with Buffbunny. Literally 4 years ago, it was crazy. 4 years ago when I was just starting dental school, and here we are now, graduated, now a dentist, and still working with them. Okay, so these are the Queen Bee leggings. They're made of a 75% nylon, 25% lycra. So this is a performance sleek material, but it is not Elysium. It is a little bit different. It is a nylon, and it is not brushed on the inside. So almost like to the touch, it maybe feels a little bit like the Loch Ness leggings, but it feels like it's going to be a little bit more durable than those. Those ones I felt like honestly weren't the most durable, but these ones are feeling a little bit better, but they are still a nylon spandex. So the Queen Bee leggings, first thought I had when holding these up, are these truly a small? Because look how tiny the waistband is. I thought I was being crazy. I have lined them up on this side, and we have like an extra inch on the waistband in the contour pocket leggings. So these definitely are running small. I don't know if they were like mislabeled or something, or if they are just gonna be super, super tiny like this, but I guess we will see. So we have no top band. We have a V-front waist. So definitely an enhanced Queen Bee legging. I believe the first ones was back when Buffbunny was still doing front seams, so we also have no front seam. Slightly extended gusset, curved glute seams in the back, not quite as curved as a Rebel, but still a little something. And then we have some mesh panel details down the side. and some mesh panel details at the bottom of the leg as well. These are going to be a legging that are going to be a little bit difficult to wear underwear underneath with hiding this, so you might have to opt for going commando, or I will show you how I kind of hide my underwear under these in a minute. Okay, I definitely was concerned about the waistband. Really not a problem. It really doesn't even feel that tight. So I guess this fabric is just like super stretchy because I still have like plenty of room in the waistband. Even though we had that little scare with the waistband being super small, I still would say that this is true to size. And so I am wearing my normal nude underwear. This is the best underwear for under leggings, by the way. It's from Amazon. I have 15 pairs and I literally don't wear anything else to the gym, so I will link them down below. You can see them. You can see them very, very well. So you have these mesh panel details. They're super cute, but obviously that's a problem. So what I will usually do is I always wear a thong anyway, so it's kind of easy to adjust. So you just kind of pull it up into the space of the waistband. Then generally it stays. My only issue is this part here is very far forward, so it might fall down a little bit in there, in which case I probably would just have to go commando in these in the end. But yeah, super cute little cutout detail. This comes in brown as well. I love this material. Generally I am a nylon spandex girly. I just feel like it just is a little bit softer of a performance material. Also definitely pet fur friendly, which is super nice. We have that V dip down to the waistband, which I love. And then we have, oh, these are pretty nice glute seams. They go a little bit higher than some of the other ones in this launch. So medium to high in the booty scale. Nothing crazy going on in the glutes, but we do just have those little seams. Okay, here's the full length. They are about a 7/8 on me. We also have this little cutout. Yeah, overall compression is about a medium compression. Because it's that nylon spandex, it's not quite as compressive as like Elysium. So definitely not the most compressive performance legging, but with that snatched waist, I feel like it'll help them stay up, which is nice as well. And then they're not the thickest, and I generally feel like performance leggings, unless they're like super compressive, don't always have the most cellulite coverage. So they're probably not the most cellulite friendly, unless of course you're going with black, which is always a little bit more cellulite friendly. Okay, next we're moving on to shorts. So first we have the contour pocket shorts. They're basically the contour pocket leggings in a 4-inch short form. 4-inch, not my fave, but we're gonna give them a try. Seems like they have a slightly flared leg opening, so hopefully they're thick thigh friendly. We have that dip down waist, the contour seam detailing, which kind of gives you a little bit of an hourglass illusion, and an enhanced V contour seam in the back. Let's try these on. Okay, we have the contour pocket shorts, and now that I think about it, it has been a minute since we've seen a pocket short from Buffbunny. Like, we don't really get a lot of pocket shorts, mostly just pocket leggings. I wish that they made the pocket just a little bit wider, because it is a tight squeeze for sure. I feel like it's a tighter squeeze on the shorts than it was the legging. You can still get your phone in there, but it is a little bit tight. So still a high rise. We still have that flattering seam detail, the little V dip down in the front, which I love. These are a 4-inch inseam, so they're going to be a little bit short for me. And we get a little bit of compression in the thigh area, but it's not feeling like really a lot of digging in. I honestly love this color. Such a nice neutral brown. Then in the back we have that enhanced glute seam and those little seams that go up there. And since these are 4-inch, probably will roll on me at the gym, but they might be okay for something like a walk or something of that nature. But would love to see these come in like a 5 or 6 inch as well. I feel like that would be amazing. But if you like a 4-inch short, these are really nice and super nice to have that pocket option. Then we have the ribbed seamless shorts, so the ribbed seamless legging in short form. These ones are also a 4-inch inseam. We have that sewn on 2-tiered waistband with the ribbed detailing down the front and no ribbing in the back with that scrunch. And you do just get a little bit of ribbing right below the glutes here, so kind of a little under glute contour effect almost. It's almost giving a little bit more of a monkey butt situation here, but for me, my main issue with the monkey butt contours is when it's like a totally different color around the edges, not just like a different texture. So I feel like this is like a more subtle way to do it. These are definitely going to be too short for me, but sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna try them because I know I won't like them. But other times I'm like, okay, I have to try it for you guys so you know, so we get the real tea. So let's try them on. Okay, so here are the ribbed seamless shorts. They are just as high rise as the leggings. They have that ribbed detailing in the front. Still getting the same amount of like overall compression in these. It's about light to medium at the bottom, maybe medium here. These are not very thick thigh friendly because the ribbing goes in like a band all along the bottom, which is leading it to like really cut in right below my butt here, because that whole thing is just like a whole band of compression right at the bottom. I guess we're also not really getting a whole lot of lower tummy control either. It's almost giving shelf in a way, but in like an uncomfortable way that I feel like is definitely gonna roll on me at the gym. It's really hard for me to like pretend like I'm in the gym right now. But yeah, just be careful. If you carry weight in your thighs, this is going to do that to you. They also, because they are a scrunch, well, first of all, definitely high on the booty scale still. They're very flattering, and you have that like area where there's no ribbing, so it's not compressing down the glutes. But I just feel like my thighs and butt, they just kind of eat up the shorts, because you have to like get a lot of fabric up and around into the glutes to really get that scrunch effect, that the 4-inch inseam becomes like a 2-inch inseam. So similar to the BBL shorts in that way, they're definitely going to be very short. And I think just the main issue is that ribbed detail. If they just didn't have any ribbing down there, these would honestly be much more thick thigh friendly. We also have Legacy 4-inch shorts. We've reviewed these so many times, but they are a slightly lower rise than the Legacy leggings. They're about an inch shorter, and the waistband itself is actually shorter as well. So the Legacy leggings are like a super high rise. These are more just high rise. We have the Legacy tri-seam detail in the back. No front seam. Generally thick thigh friendly on these, but they are a 4-inch inseam, so for me they roll up, so they're just not my personal fave. Overall, true to size, light to medium compression, medium to high on the booty scale, and if you do like 4-inch shorts, these are a classic. Then we have my personal favorite Buffbunny Newbury short. We have the Legacy 6-inch shorts. I only brought 2 pairs of workout shorts on my Japan trip, and they were both Buffbunny Legacy 6-inch shorts, because they're just like my tried and true. Basically all the same features of the Legacy 4-inch shorts we just talked about, but they have a 6-inch inseam. They are a little more flared at the thigh opening than the 4-inch short, and a little more flared than the old Buffbunny Legacy bikers. So they're super thick thigh friendly. Also looks like, I don't know if this has changed, but the leg part almost looks like it's a little bit longer in the back, which is great because your glutes take up a little bit of space. Oh, I did not notice that before. Anyways, you have the tri-seam detail in the back. Always have the Buffbunny logo pressed on as well. Around a light to medium / medium compression on these, still flattering on the glutes. They don't roll up on me. They're a great like gym short, hiking short, walking short. They're just like such a solid short. So I love these. This is the Brady Brown color. The last short are the Lifesaver short. They first launched in the Sugar Rush collection last year. I have just been wearing them all the time ever since. So they are my absolute favorite looser short. I got them in Stardust this time because I just love this color. So they are a flowy style short. They are shorter than the old flow shorts, which I loved the flow shorts, but sometimes the length on them was just like a little bit much for me. So these ones are just a little bit shorter. They're actually quite short on the inner inseam. It's about a 2-inch inseam on the inside, which I know normally I am anti 2-inch inseam, but when it comes to the flowy shorts with a little bit of flow on the outside, it makes up for it. So they do have a front seam on the inside, so I find that this material is pretty stretchy, so it doesn't really bother me. Plus you have the shorts on the outside, so it's not as big of a deal. We do have an inner pocket on one of the sides that has this little flap over it for your phone. And the outer inseam is 1.5 inches, but again, a little goes a long way when it is a flowier short. And in the last collection they launched these, they adjusted the sizing a little bit, and now I believe the larger sizes are a little bit more true to size. This should still be fine for me. The small was fine in the past. And in the larger sizes, the inseam does get a little bit longer. And we haven't tried these on in a while, so let's try them on. All right, here are the Lifesaver shorts. So they are a nice flowy material. Then they also have this little like tulip detail at the side where you kind of see the inner shorts poke through. The inner shorts are definitely short, but for a short like this, where I mostly wear like on walks and things like that, it doesn't really bother me, the length, but it definitely is on the shorter side, but you do get a little extra length from the outer short. On the left side here, we do have that inner pocket that fits a phone nicely and even has a little cover pocket here there too. It does have a front seam in the front, but it really doesn't bother me too much. These are a very high rise and they have an elastic drawstring. I believe they shortened the drawstring as well because it used to be like super long. These are just like my all-time favorite flowy shorts. They just did such a good job of these. And yeah, I obviously can't speak to the sizing adjustment for the like large, extra large sizing because I have only ever had the smalls, but for me the waist fits just fine. I do tighten the drawstring a little bit and that's it. All right, next we're moving on to sports bras. I am so excited that the Foxy sports bra is finally coming out in Stardust. I got this one in that 70s collection, but it actually never made it into the full launch. I don't know what happened with it, but we're finally getting a Stardust Foxy bra. So I can finally wear it and not feel bad that you guys can't have it. So this is the Foxy sports bra, a high neck, almost like halter style shape, but it's not like a true halter. We have removable cup pads. We have adjustable straps, and then they also have this cute little strappy detail in the back. And I haven't tried this one on in a while, so we're just gonna pop it on and discuss it a little bit more. Okay, we have the Foxy sports bra. I love this one in Stardust. I feel like it's such a good, like, almost like statement sports bra, but still very easily paired with like any color bottom. I almost feel like the Stardust goes better with browns than something like a harsh white. Okay, anyways, we have reviewed this one before. We do have cup pads. We do have a long line portion here and two little straps that come in pretty dramatically. The coverage overall is actually a solid medium coverage. You're getting full coverage of this front area. The only thing is side boob is definitely possible in this bra, and I have worn it to work out plenty of times because I do have this in actually two colors, and I do notice that I do kind of pull the sides up a little bit over time just because the strap is really only holding up this front area. So I've never had like an emergency in the gym. I've never truly felt like I was falling out of this bra, but it is a bra that I pull up the sides a little bit. So for my larger cup sizes, just be aware you might be, you know, feeling the need to fidget with this bra a little bit. And then in the back, we do have those adjustable straps. I wish the adjustable portion was maybe in the front, but I guess that would kind of ruin the look of this. And then you have this super cute strappy detail. This is a super cute bra on the front and back, which I feel like is unique. And then it's a long line as well. So support on this one is about actually like maybe light to medium support. Super cute, just probably more aimed as like a low impact day. Next we have the Revolution bra. This one is a Buffbunny classic. Tends to not be my favorite. I feel like everyone loves it. I'm more of a candy wrap Rosa alpha sports bra girly, but honestly this collection, I feel like there were not a ton of bras. Listen, I just feel like we need candy wrap in every single collection because that is just the best bra of all time, just the best. So I did get the Revolution because I wanted something to match my contour pocket leggings. Anyways, we have a square neckline, removable cups, and this little ring detail on the back and some strappiness. It is a long line sports bra, and the sports bra cup pads do enter at the top of the bra here, which is a pet peeve of mine because it makes it really hard to adjust the pads. It also does that on the Rosa bra, and we deal with that. Anyways, haven't tried this one on in a long time, so let's try it. Okay, here is the Revolution bra. So when it was first launched like years ago, it definitely lacked a little bit of coverage. They have since increased the coverage a little bit. So it has this square neckline and it's decently long line, and I have a long torso and am tall, so when I show this much torso in a set like this that is high rise and long line, just keep in mind most people will show a lot less skin. So we have removable cups. People love the Revolution bra because these straps go really far into the armpit, so it kind of hides that little armpit bulge. Obviously there's never any need to cover anything up, but everyone has preferences, so this does cover that. For me, I still find the Revolution bra, it is a bra that I find myself kind of tucking my girls back into throughout my workout. And this is going to vary based on body shape. I know people who have larger cup sizes who don't have that issue. I just do have that issue. And then you have some really cute strappy detail in the back. The logo here. Overall coverage is about I'd say medium coverage. We still do get a little bit of cleavage kind of at the top here, and support is about a medium as well. I always want to love this bra, and you know, maybe I'll give it another try because I love how it looks and I love how it feels right now. Just sometimes during my workouts it doesn't quite perform how I want it to. There's also the ribbed seamless sports bra. I also did not get this one. I did want to try it for you guys, but it's maybe one of those that is just not coming in time. But the ribbed seamless sports bra, so it is meant to go with the ribbed seamless leggings. It's that same nylon spandex, and it is a one shoulder bra. So it looks like the strap goes over the right side. They said this one has good coverage on the model. On the PDF, she is definitely more like fuller chested, and it's covering her up well. So there are no cup pads, which I always question the support when there's no cup pads, so I would have wanted there to be pads in there. It's also a long line performance material, and it says it's recommended for all cup sizes, so should be large cup size friendly. Next we have the Naked sports bra. This one is meant to go with the Queen Bee leggings. So this one is super cute. It is made of that same nylon spandex, so still like a sleek performance material. I didn't show it up close before. Here it is. And then we also have some mesh panels. So it's this cute asymmetrical mesh panel that goes from the top right to the middle of the bust. It is not long line, it just has a little elastic at the bottom, and it really tapers in around the shoulders to give you that kind of like tapered neckline look. It also has a racer back, little sewn in coin logo here. And I'm feeling like I'm regretting getting this in the black instead of the brown. I know, I just felt like I needed a set in black because there was so much brown in this collection, but I just feel like I like brown more. All right, we have the Naked sports bra, and this might be the best one launching today in terms of just like, you know, functionality. I really like this one. So we just have a little elastic on the bottom. It's not long line. We do have removable cups in here, but you still have that cute little like mesh panel detailing down the middle. It's a double thickness mesh, so you really can't see anything, but you can almost see a little bit of cleavage detail in there. We have that really tapered neckline here, which really scoops around, so you do get a little bit of side boob, but overall coverage is still medium to full. Support, it's probably medium to high. I'm feeling pretty compressed and supported in this. It's definitely true to size. I don't feel like it's too tight, too loose. And then we just have kind of a classic skinnier racer back in the back as well. So it's nice to see at least one like super functional set, just because I feel like a lot of the other sports bras are maybe a little bit more small cup size friendly. This one really is working for me. Okay, then we have the reversible sports bra. We went over some changes in this one in the, I guess it was the last collection, the Dream House. But the first time this was launched in that 70s, it had a lot of coverage. Then it was launched in Courtside, had very minimal coverage, and then it came back in Dream House with like a medium coverage. So now we're at the happy medium. This bra is a shorter line sports bra with spaghetti straps and a little like Y strap detail in the back that can kind of shift around. It's actually like a solid medium coverage. Even for my larger cup size girlies, actually the coverage is decent, but the support is definitely light. There are also no cup pads, so I definitely have nippage occasionally. I love the shape of this sports bra. I just feel like it would be so improved with some cup pads, but I also love how this is reversible. I like to wear it like this, where you have the little piping detail. So this is obviously from an older collection, but yeah, it's definitely something I can wear on low impact days. It's not like the most lifting of my sports bras, but it's still cute and has good coverage and is super comfy. And the last sports bra is the twisted sports bra. Listen, this is one that I want to work for me, but I just have doubts. So we'll see. It's so cute. So it is a Newbury sports bra. We do have removable cups. There is a little elastic band along the bottom, but it has this cute twisted detail in the front. So it's not one of those sports bras you actually have to like twist and untwist yourself. That gets like really confusing. And it actually has cup pads. Some twisted sports bras like I've tried from like Crop Shop Boutique, they do not have the cup pads. Straight up and down straps and a little scooped skinny strap in the back. This one they do say is aimed for smaller cup sizes, so you know, just keep that in mind if you're a smaller cup size girly. This one is probably gonna look so cute on you. But anyways, let's give it a try. Let's try it on. Okay, listen, we saw this coming. Cue the song that goes, she had it coming. Yeah, she only had herself to blame. Okay, you know, this is what we knew would happen. But I saw Heidi wearing this top in the behind the designs, and she looked fine. But busting out of this, they're gonna make an escape at any moment. Some may say size up. Don't think it would work, because then you just lose all support, because the support is coming from the band size here, so not really gonna work. Anyways, it's a short line sports bra, so you're showing a lot more torso, which I actually love a good short line sports bra. I think this is super cute if it had just like a little more top coverage. It's not really even like the bottom of the bra. If it just went up a little more, that's why it would be nice to see a sports bra for like A to C and then D plus cup sizing. Anyways, we have this little twist detail in the front, which is super cute. Low coverage, low support. I'm not even gonna try to do a little jump test because we don't want an accident to happen. It does have this little elastic at the bottom, so I can make sure I don't just like fall straight out. And then we have straight up and down straps to this like super wide back scooped situation back there. Definitely love that open back, super cute. We have the little Buffbunny logo there. I could try to take the cup pads out, but I just don't really think, oh, that actually kind of worked. If I really push the girls to the side, that's a little bit better, but I just don't think I would be comfortable wearing this in the gym. I for sure would have an accident and immediately want to put a top on over it. So, all right, we are moving in to tops. So we're going to start off with the ribbed seamless tank. This one is definitely leaning more lifestyle for me. Imagine wearing this for lifestyle. It's just the Stardust color for me. I love it so much. So it is made of kind of like a more cottony ribbed material, super stretchy though. The material is a 91% nylon, 9% spandex, and it does have a built-in shelf liner, but it is very thin and it doesn't really have an elastic at the bottom. It's more of just like a double thickness of the material. So here is that inner material. It's definitely going to be thin, and the outer material is kind of like this. We do have a sewn in logo into the back, very subtle though, and it is a racer back. Kind of a skinny higher neck as well, so it's probably going to be difficult to wear like a bra underneath, or else you wouldn't be able to hide it. So let's try it on. Okay, so we have the ribbed seamless tank. This one is definitely a longer crop length. It basically, I'm showing no skin, and for most people, these will probably overlap a little bit. So it definitely fits true to size. It is totally snug everywhere, but it's not too tight anywhere. Super stretchy and soft material. And then we also have kind of a tapered racer back situation in the back with that little logo. And honestly, like if it's really cold, we probably will get some nippage going on. I'm more covered than I expected with this little liner. I'm not gonna pull them up all the way. I feel like it's not quite full coverage there, but we have that little double thickened area here, and then this inner liner. It is very thin, but it provides just enough to where I feel like my girls are gonna stay within that region at least. And this is not a workout top, but you know, if we had to rate the support, it'd be low. But I feel like it's enough where I could wear this without a bra and feel okay, but I am not a go braless kind of girly, so I feel like I still would have preferred maybe a little bit more structure of a built-in bra with some cut pads to just have like a little bit more shape, but still is something I'd wear. Just personally, I do prefer a little bit more structure and support. Next, this is not a top, but I didn't want to create a whole category for this. So this is the Ivy bodysuit. So I did get this in black because listen, I will wear a black bodysuit. I will. I honestly probably should have gotten it in brown because I do already have a black bodysuit. Something about a little black bodysuit with a little button-up shirt over it with like some sunglasses. It's just such a cute outfit and you didn't even have to think about it. Listen, I wish I was a fashion girly. I wish I could come up with cute outfits, and I just can't. I just can't. It's not in my brain to come up with those things. So we have to take inspiration from other people, and it's just a super easy way to wear something cute. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. The Ivy bodysuit. So it is the Ivy crop in bodysuit form. So we might remember her, the Ivy crop, super popular Buffbunny top. It wasn't my favorite mostly for one reason. So we all know I love these built-in bra style tops. I think they're super cute. I loved the cage back, but the original Ivy crop just had removable cups. It didn't have an elastic, so I never really felt lifted or supported. But the Ivy bodysuit is that girl. She has a full-on built-in elastic bra. This is what I want to see. This is what we need in the Buffbunny dresses. Every Buffbunny bodysuit, we need this separate elastic to really lift the girls. Because you know, if you have a larger cup size and you try to wear a bodysuit or a dress or anything, any kind of top that doesn't have a separate little elastic, it just doesn't feel right. The Ivy crop also did not have adjustable straps, but the Ivy bodysuit has adjustable straps, and so cute on this. Oh, they're removable adjustable straps. Anyways, the black has gold hardware, which I think is super cute, and the straps are actually adjustable as well as removable, so you can actually crisscross the straps. I don't know if it's intended to do that, but you can. Anyways, it's also Nubri, which I feel like in the past maybe Ivy crop was energy fabric, so it is now made of Nubri. We have a glute contour detail, only a 4-inch inseam, so personally I prefer a little bit longer. Let's try it on. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit nervous getting this one on because it was pretty tight up in this area, just getting that over my hips. But now that it's on, fits like a glove. So starting with the bottom, we have a 4-inch inseam, and these are not cutting into my thighs, so definitely nice and thick thigh friendly. We still have those curved glute seams that sit right above the glutes. So it just kind of like separates the back up a little bit. Sometimes onesies, if they don't have any like separation in the back, they don't look super cute. So I love that. It also has this little like almost like panel in the back. I feel like that area is extra snug to almost like snatch the waist in a little bit. Although we really have nothing going on in the front, but we also have no front seam. And I feel like this one is pretty long torso friendly. I'm not having any excessive pulling, plus the straps are adjustable. So in terms of top coverage, I'd say medium to full coverage. The only area is really like some side boob, which we had with the ivy crop anyway, but you're always going to get that with a tapered style neck like this, which I feel like this is a theme of the launch, this like cute little neckline. So I love the little like gold hardware detail here. I love the strappiness of the back. I feel like the ivy crop was just meant to be a bodysuit. Like this is super cute. And I love that the straps are adjustable. Mine feel a little bit tight and they're adjustable in the front. So it's super easy to do it yourself. I am not good at adjusting straps that are like behind me, so that was so easy. I think the strap is twisted because when I took it off, I probably twisted it, but yeah, that feels so much better. This with the Stardust little like mesh jacket would be so cute. I always feel like with a bodysuit, they always look a little bit better with a little jacket over top. I would probably go with whichever size of yours is bigger. I feel like if anything, this runs a teeny bit small. I'm size small top and bottom, so it's easy for me. I just got a small, but if I was like a medium top, I would get the whole thing in a medium. So that's kind of how I would do sizing. And then here's another look at the back with that little panel detail back there and the kind of cage detail. All right, next we have the ribbed crop. So this is meant to go with the ribbed booty pants. We have a little mock neckline, that same kind of viscose spandex material, very lightweight. And then we have long sleeves. We do not have thumb holes, which I guess on a non-workout top. Coin logo detail in the back. Okay, so here is the ribbed long sleeve crop. So this one is definitely a shorter crop. I did have to roll up my long line sports bra. So it's about the length of a long line sports bra. We have a little mock neck situation here, almost more of a crew neck. I thought it would be a little more mock neck. It's really kind of giving crew. The sleeves, they could be a teeny bit longer for me. They're kind of just hitting my wrists here. And then the back is very plain. There should be a little coin logo somewhere. This top alone is cute if you compare it with like maybe one of the other bottoms, but I'm not really a big fan of the booty pants. So this would have been such a cute little outfit together, but just didn't work. There's also the Go With The Flow crop, which I did not get. They said it was kind of almost inspired by the rainforest crop, which I love the rainforest crop, but it's a polyester viscose blend. It's almost one of those like burned out style tees that I feel like I actually like wore a lot of those in like middle school and stuff, so maybe it's coming back. But it almost kind of reminds me of the ribbed booty pant material in that it's going to be a little bit more delicate and not really like long wearing, so probably not like the best investment piece. It's going to last you a long time. Normally Buffbunny stuff like the Nubri fabric, the leggings, the sports bras, everything lasts me a long time. Like I've worn my pieces so much, but certain pieces like this, I can just tell probably not going to hold up the best over time. It has a high scooped neckline and a draping back detail with a little strap across to kind of help it not fall off the shoulder. And they say it's reversible as well. Best to be layered over a sports bra because it is see-through. And just a good layering piece for the summer. I can definitely see that because it definitely is hot. So you don't want to wear like a super heavy tee all the time. There's also the long sleeve graphic tee. I also did not get this one, but this one also has that like Move Buffbunny branding on it. Comes in Stardust, Cocoa, and Onyx. It's a long sleeve 100% cotton kind of pump cover, so definitely size up if you're looking for a super oversized pump cover style fit, but it is going to be 100% cotton, so a little bit more of a kind of stiffer material as opposed to a super flowy like Nimbus. Then we have outerwear and accessories. So first outerwear piece, I'll just start off with the one I did not get, which is the ribbed seamless zip jacket. So this goes with the ribbed seamless leggings, ribbed seamless sports bra. It is that nylon spandex, kind of thicker ribbed material. It is a pretty cropped length, a quarter zip, has thumb holes, long sleeves, and it looks like it is a mock style neck. So that's super cute. Sometimes I just don't want to wear like a super cropped jacket though. And then we have a jacket, which is super cute. I almost wish I got this one in Stardust instead of black. Again, just don't let me order black. So this is the exposed mesh jacket. So it's kind of like an elevated escandala pullover. We have a cropped fit. The sleeves are kind of like ruched. It's going to be much easier to see when they're on, but it has this little like ruching detail. It is made of a semi-stretchy mesh. It does have front pockets. Wow, front zip pockets. That's impressive. This is already better than the escandala pullover. It also has this little performance material collar detail, and it's just really hard to see materials like this holding them up. So let's just try it on. Okay, here it is. So it is a cropped fit. It is going below the long line sports bras though, so like a mid to longer crop length. Not quite as long as the ribbed tank. So this is the little ruche detail I was talking about. It has this little like sewn in ruche detailing as well as these little folds to create kind of like some folds in the fabric. And when the fabric is double thickness like that, because it's mesh, it really like stands out. So just like a little extra detail there. The bottom band here is just skimming my waist, but it is not compressive on it. But if you really want something that is not going to touch the waist here, definitely size up. We can fully zip this, and we have that little mock neck collar here, but I feel like I'd probably wear it maybe more of like a half a zip. And we have zippered pockets here, which is just amazing. You probably wouldn't want to put too much here. I don't know if oh, a phone can fit. Okay, I mean, it's not like you could see it, and it's like too lightweight of a fabric to really like hold it structurally, but it's there for some keys or something. I love that. And then here is the back. It's pretty plain. You will see the color of your sports bra underneath, so just keep that in mind. But this is a super nice kind of like elevated piece to wear over your sports bra to the gym. Super cute. You definitely are going to get a little exposure of your sports bra when you lift the arms here, and it actually kind of like puffs out a little bit in the chest, so it's actually not too tight in my chest area. So for that reason, it's actually like a little bit large bust friendly. So I like this one. This is cute. And now accessories. First, of course, we have the scrunchies. I believe this one is mocha. I feel like I'm really slacking with the Buffbunny scrunchies, but I should really get them more because they're just such a cute addition to the outfit. If you're wearing a full outfit, throw in a little scrunchie. I mean, you will be that girl in the gym. So the scrunchies come in almost every single color, which is amazing. So maybe I will pick up a couple other ones like Stardust. Another thing I have been getting into lately is the crew socks, and the crew socks, they only come in Stardust, which is a little bit different because usually I'm like just like a white sock girly, but they have full crew socks, which is what I got, and they're also half crew socks. I'm tall, so I feel like the full length crew socks is going to be a little bit better for me. They come in extra small, small, and medium large. I believe I got the extra small, small. It's women's 5 to 8. I wear a size 8 in shoes, but they're actually a pretty cushioned little sock down here. They also have like a little ribbed section in the middle of the foot, maybe for like a little arch. And then something I didn't notice right away, but that I really like, is that the Buffbunny sewn in logo is on both sides. So you don't have to worry about which foot you're putting your socks on. They also have dad hats. The dad hats are coming in ivory, nutmeg, and onyx black. I think that's the only place where nutmeg is. But they're a cotton twill material with a Buffbunny embroidered logo in the front, and then the back has a little adjustable faux leather detail. And I would have gotten a dad hat, but I am just not hat girly. I don't know what it is about hats, but I absolutely cannot stand wearing them. They itch my forehead so much. I just don't wear hats, so not for me. But they look super cute. And then we absolutely cannot forget the Game Changer belt bag. I love my Game Changer belt bag. I am currently packing up my apartment to move right now, so I cannot get it out. But I love it. It's actually a really spacious belt bag. It's much bigger than like my little ones from Amazon that I wear a lot, which are good for every day. But if you want to hold a little more stuff, the Buffbunny one has a lot in it. It's also water resistant, has a gold zipper detail. The buckle is also gold, but so cute, especially in addition to like a full neutrals outfit, just a little neutral belt bag. So cute. And then the Game Changer backpack. I loved my Game Changer backpack. I basically exclusively used that for an entire 3 years of dental school. The first year I was mostly a Game Changer tote bag girly, and then we switched to the Game Changer backpack. But it's just the perfect kind of like medium-sized backpack. It has that laptop compartment in the back, has little side pockets, tons of pockets on the inside as well, and then it also has the meal prep compartment where I put my lunch in every single day. I got multiple other girls in my dental school to be wearing the Game Changer backpack, and listen, we were like a little club. It was great. Everyone loved him. Everyone was always so surprised when I pulled my lunch out of the backpack. They were like, "Your lunch is in there?" I'm like, "Yeah, it is." Anyways, I'm done with school now, so I am now going to be more transitioning back into like a tote bag girly era, so I probably won't be using my backpack as much, but it's great for travel. I got one for my mom as well. She almost always uses it as her like airplane carry-on. So anyways, we love the Game Changer backpack. Okay guys, that is it for the video. This is a long one, so thank you for sticking around. I really hope you enjoyed. The launch again is on Saturday, June 24th at 1 p.m. Central Time. The other times will be listed on the screen as always, and you can use code Kathryn for 10% off your order. I always appreciate it so much. I'm gonna be popping in with my top picks now because I haven't tried them all on yet. I feel like there were a lot of good leggings in this launch. Like I loved the contour pocket leggings, definitely a new favorite. And I was a big fan of the ribbed seamless legging. I felt like those were very flattering, but also super soft and stretchy. And actually the Queen Bee leggings, if you like a performance legging and you don't mind the commando situation, that's the only thing holding me back from those, is the underwear situation is a little bit tricky. The shorts, I would love to say that I recommend like the shorter shorts, but really for me it's the Legacy 6-inch and the Lifesaver short. The sports bras, I just feel like we're kind of lacking in the sports bras in this collection and the last collection as well. I just feel like there weren't a ton of options for me that I really felt like were good coverage and support. So this launch, I think my favorite sports bra is the Naked sports bra. The Reversible sports bra is good coverage too, but I just wish it had a little bit better support. And Revolution, I still am getting there on Revolution. It's a great bra. It's just not my top pick. Then I also loved the mesh jacket and of course the scrunchies and the Game Changer belt bag and backpack. Thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!